What's up, everybody? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Basketball Wives. I guess we're going to call it Basketball Wives Miami, even though they're in New York. I don't even know if it was really called Basketball Wives Miami. I think we were distinguishing between LA and Miami. But anyway, Basketball Wives Season 4. I hope that's right. Episode 1. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the OG Basketball Wives are back. Like I said, they are not in Miami. I guess maybe part of the season is going to be in Miami and the other part is in New York. So it's a change of scenery and it's a change of feel in the whole mood and atmosphere of the show. Y'all know that the first episode is never really too much about nothing. It's just always a whole bunch of folks getting together, trying to get us all caught up on what has happened, you know, all of the shenanigans that went down while they were on hiatus. For this video, like I always do, we just gonna go over a few little issues. We just not really gonna be a review. We just gonna go over the show as I saw it, okay? So here we go. Jen meets with Susie to let her know what's been going on in her life since she got that 85 miles per hour drink thrown in her face by Eric. She says she hasn't talked to Eric since then and she doesn't really have any words for Eric. Basically, she's over it and she's moving on with her life. Susie tells her that she's starting fresh in New York also. Evidently, Susie has left all her furniture in Miami and has moved up to New York City and is going to try to make a go of it up there. Royce meets with Keisha for drinks, and these two seem to have a whole lot in common since they both were league dancers. And that means that Keisha is probably going to be not really liked either because of the fact that she was a league dancer. For some reason, the Basketball Wives don't really like the league cheerleaders. I guess maybe because they cause too much temptation for the basketball players. Keisha was the one who was stood up at the altar by her basketball player. I can't think of his name right now. She wasn't really stood up at the altar. He actually gave her the courtesy of sending her an email 2 days beforehand to let her know that he wasn't marrying her or anybody else in 2 days. Royce and Keisha meet with Kenya, and again, it looks like they're all going to hit it off. Kenya is hoping to make it really big in the music industry. She sings and she dances. She is married to a basketball player. Why I can't think of his name. I'm sorry, you guys. I know I'm supposed to know this. I'll know it next week. But is in the middle of a divorce with this guy, and the way she was making it sound, it don't sound like it's really an amicable divorce. So we'll probably hear more about that in the season. Tammy meets with Evelyn, and Evelyn is just letting Tammy know that she and Jen haven't spoken basically since the end of last season. Tammy is just kind of real shocked about it because, you know, these two were like ace boon coons for the last 3 seasons. Susie meets with Keisha, and I thought it was really interesting how Susie was trying to make fun of how Keisha sounded. Now, I didn't hear no hillbilly that Susie was trying to say that Keisha sounded like, but I was just like, okay, Susie, don't even get started. Y'all know I've been practicing my lisp. I've been practicing. Susie is being her usual gossipy self. You know, Keisha is asking her all questions about the girls, and Susie is digging a hole for herself. I mean, she just cannot help herself. She cannot help herself. She has to talk. Royce meets with Susie, and she tells Susie exactly how she feels about her. Basically, she feels that Susie, you know, threw her under the bus all last season. When she was with Royce, she was Royce's best friend. When she was with the other girl, she talked about, you know, her hair or her clothes, or, you know, even if she didn't say it, she co-signed on what Evelyn and Jennifer and all the rest of them were saying negatively about Royce. So yeah, Royce caught it, and Royce was just like, yeah, I mean, you was foul. And, you know, Susie was like, no, I wasn't. And she was like, yes, you were. And she was like, no, I wasn't. And she was like, yes, you were. And then Susie was like, oh my God, was I? That shit was like the old Jedi mind trick. I was just like, that Susie ain't got the good sense of a melted ice cube. Susie brings Jennifer to meet the new girls, Keisha and Kenya. And you guys know Jennifer is her normal, regular self. And she is talking to the girls, asking them questions. Keisha doesn't like Jennifer. she feels like she's bougie, and you know, Kenya likes her. Yeah, Jennifer is bougie, so, but you know, Kenya was like, I don't see no problem with people being bougie. You bougie, right? Tammy meets with Roy so that she can meet the new girls, and Tammy is just trying to get a feel for the new girls. Tammy's gonna be a mess this season, I can already tell. The girls tell her what we already know. Keisha feels like Jennifer is bougie, and Kenya feel like Jennifer is bougie, but you know, one sees no problem with it and the other one is annoyed with it. Tammy meets with Jennifer to see if she can find out the real deal between Evelyn and Jennifer's beef. Jennifer is just like, I don't really know why she mad at me. I haven't talked to her the whole time that we've been on break, and I ain't really got time to be trying to figure out what the problem is. Then lastly, Jen, Evelyn, Tammy, Susie, and Shawnee all meet together, and I guess they're trying to see if they can put an end to this problem between Evelyn and Jennifer. We'll get to the beef in a minute, but I can tell you this, it is going to be some drama, mega drama between Jennifer and Evelyn this season. We already know about Susie and Royce. I don't think Royce is going to dwell on it too much because she's over this basic bunch of bitches on this show. Jennifer and Keisha. Now, Keisha felt like Jennifer was interviewing her. Yeah, I think Keisha has decided that she doesn't like Jennifer. Susie cannot afford a beef, okay? But she wants to have one this season. And since she knows she don't want it with Evelyn, Jennifer, Tammy, or Royce, or Shawnee, well, she gonna pick the new girls to have a beef with. All I know is I hope one of them beat her ass. Tammy was sort of rude asking Keisha if she was white. Did y'all hear that? I mean, I know the girl is very fair-skinned, but she obviously does not look white. She looked very, very much like she was African-American. She might be mixed with something else, but no, she did not look white. We already saw in the previews that it's going to be a problem with Tammy, this girl, and also Evelyn. So I don't really know how we going to feel about the new girl just yet. Jennifer and Royce's problem, I really feel like it's just silly. I think that if we can get Jennifer to come around and just be willing to sit down and talk to Royce, that they could settle this situation, because y'all know that Royce's problem with Royce never had a problem with Jennifer. Her problem always was with Evelyn. And the only problem that she had with Jennifer, and the only problem that we all had with Jennifer, was that Jennifer felt like she needed to, if Evelyn didn't like Royce, then she didn't like her. She didn't really have a good reason not to like Royce. I feel like if they can just sit down and talk about whatever the problem is, that they could just squash this beef all together. And it looked like Jennifer, if she knew what was best for her, she gonna need somebody to be in her corner, some old hood ass bitch like Royce, because Evelyn is coming for her with both barrels this season. And you guys know this problem with Evelyn and Jennifer has been long time coming. We have been waiting for these two to fall out. Once Jennifer was able to open her eyes and see how Evelyn was, I guess she is finally over it. Jennifer has been manipulated by Evelyn for all of these seasons, and I think it's time for Jennifer to just get back on her feet. And that's what she's trying to do. She is just like, you know what, if you don't want to be my friend, and I'm not going to be your friend, we're not going to be sitting up here arguing and fighting about it all the time. Evelyn expresses to Jennifer the reason that she is mad. Okay, first of all, when they were in Rome, Evelyn felt like after they had their big powwow, and you guys remember when Jennifer had that embarrassingly disappointing crying sob fest, begging Evelyn to be her friend again. Y'all remember that last season, right? Okay. Well, Evelyn said once they got past all that and they made up and they were friends again, that she was over it. She had moved on, which is a lie. Because if you guys go back and watch some of those old episodes, you can see that Evelyn was still kind of standoffish to Jennifer. She still had issues with Jennifer. So I don't think that she had moved on at that point. But, you know, they had kind of just left it alone. But Evelyn said she had moved on from it. But evidently Jennifer has a blog. Jennifer said something on her blog about how she and Evelyn do not like the same kind of men. And Evelyn was like, that's a lie. You like athletes just like I do. Jennifer goes on to say that she didn't write that blog entry, which is kind of stupid. Like, if you don't write your own blog entries, then you need to be the one that approves each and everything that's going out in your name. You have to look over these things, because this is the kind of shit that happens when you just let your life be run by somebody else. I don't give a damn if it is your publicist. You know what you want to say. So if you are having somebody represent you in any kind of way, you still need to know what the hell they're saying. That was dumb of Jennifer to let her publicist write a blog entry about something as personal as what kind of man you like. But when she said, I didn't write that, my publicist wrote that, then that pissed Evelyn off even more. She was just like, you retarded ass. Why would you let somebody else write your blog entry? And Jennifer was like, you guys know what, the whole thing was stupid to me. Jennifer was like, I can fuck whoever I want. I am not going to marry another athlete. And that was it. And really, you guys, I could not understand why Evelyn was so pissed about it. Like, you this mad because she said that she don't like the same kind of man that you do? Like, yeah, I mean, I understand that, you mad over the fact that she didn't really write it, or she's not taking the credit for writing it, or whatever. But still, it's like, you this kind of piping hot fish grease mad. I guess that Evelyn has taken all of this to mean that Jennifer likes a better type of man than Chad. Maybe, Evelyn is personalizing it with inside herself, and, is thinking that Jennifer is making some kind of dig for Chad. But my whole thing is, girl, I mean, do you know how many people talk about you guys? I mean, people talk about you guys' relationship. You can't fight the whole United States that's talking about you and Chad's relationship. Okay, if you happy, then you move on with your fucking life. You and Chad go get married and forget everybody else and whatever they think. So, Jen says she's over the drama with Evelyn. She tells Evelyn, I'm not going to be sitting here fighting with you this whole season. Like, basically, we don't have to be friends, but we don't have to be enemies. And then Evelyn tells her that if you're not my friend, then you are my enemy. And I was like, that is some damn New York shit. I don't care. Y'all New York folks know y'all be going hard in the paint with all this. It's like y'all be ride or die for real, huh? Shawnee was just like, so you don't think that you guys can be friends? And Evelyn was like, I have no desire to be her friend ever again in life. And Jennifer is hurt. She cries. She starts crying because Jennifer is she ain't no mean girl streak. I don't even know Evelyn is a mean girl. I feel like Evelyn is mean inside. Like, I feel like she's not a nice person normally. She's only nice to people that, of course, that she likes, and people that is gonna help advance her in some sort of way. She tells Jennifer, she's like, you can take them old crocodile ass tears and go back to your publicist with that bullshit. And Tammy was just like, well, damn, you is a mean ass bitch. Did anybody miss Mika? Anyone? I love when the new girls come on the show and they ain't as polished as the veterans. I mean, their hair don't be quite right. The clothes don't be quite right. They just be just a little bit off. Tammy looks good. And I think I'm going to like Tammy this season. We've been through it with Tammy. Tammy has fought her way to be established in this franchise and to be known as one of the basketball wives. She even moved up on the damn credits. You see that she's right up underneath Evelyn. She almost right up at the top. I want to know, though, is what we gonna call this hair. Okay, now the hair is beautiful. The curls is luscious and full and beautiful and everything, but I want to know about what we got right here. Now, y'all, with last season, I kept on trying to find out if it was some braids or if it was some leave out. Now, if it was micro braids, then okay, we can account for the little fuzziness up here. But if that was some leave out, y'all, we gonna have to do something about this leave out. I was looking at her hair real close. I have a 3D flat screen TV, so it brings everything out real clearly. And I was looking at it closely last night, and I was like, now, is that a braid? It was giving me minor heart palpitations last night, but I was just like, okay, maybe them are braids. Maybe those are braids, Roxanne. Shawnee and them faces when she's surprised, y'all. For real. Shawnee, Girl, I know you must practice them faces in the mirror. We done been through this for 4 seasons. You know you got a bunch of ignoramuses on your damn show. Why every time somebody says something, you be so shocked? She got the surprise, the concerned, the upset, the mad. Girl, you ain't fooling nobody, Shani. We know you know. Y'all, I think Susie been practicing covering up that lisp. Did y'all notice? I was like, oh, this bitch trying to make my job harder for me. Them girls be sharp. You can tell that they making their money from this show. Did y'all see all the furs that they had on? That's why I had to wear my fur today, too. Let y'all see. Got this from R&B about 2-3 years ago, but I done kept on to it. I held on to it. It was going to be back in style. Oh, ain't it luscious? Glamorous. And that's it. You guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm It's Rox, and my channel is for It's Rox, and all of my endeavors, all the things that I'm involved in will be in the bottom bar below, okay? I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars.